All right, what's up, everybody? We're back. It's episode 3, Most DEFF Podcast. They never said we would do it. They never said we'd make it this far.
And here we are.
How far we've come. It's true.
How far we've come since episode 2.
Wow, that's 50% more episodes already.
Wow, that's a really good way to look at it. I like the positivity.
That's right. I want to go toxic positive with everybody today.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I want to go too far.
I love, I just love being delusional sometimes. And because I think that makes me a really good manifester.
Yeah.
You have to be slightly delusional.
You have to be delusional.
Yeah.
Slightly?
You have to be delusional.
Well, everybody, what are you guys watching right now? What's your entertainment, aside from doom scrolling?
I am rewatching How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, it's the TV show.
What's it on?
It's an ID.
It was on ABC. It starred Viola Davis.
Oh, I thought it was like a true crime thing.
No.
Okay.
Well, no, but it's the entire thing is just crime, like murder after murder after murder.
I love murder.
It's really good. Viola Davis and I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor who plays Bonnie, like season 1, right off the bat, they are giving like award-winning performances for something that like for the pilot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. All right.
That's dedication.
Well, speaking of award winner type shows, the Emmys are coming up, and all the streaming services on all their shows are like, oh, so many Emmy nominations, so many. Mm-hmm. The one we're watching right now that is like really touting that, like 19 Emmy nominations, is The Studio. I don't know if you've seen this.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, what do you think, Cindy?
It's good. It's cute. It's very what do they call it? Inside baseball? No.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. I did this.
Okay.
Do you know that term?
Inside baseball?
Okay, let's rewind a little bit. Yeah. So first of all, The Studio, it's starring Seth Rogen.
Oh, okay.
And he's, not too insufferable for once. So that's good,
The shade.
I'll get there someday. I'll get to his level someday, I guess. But yeah, and it's like he plays a guy who has become the studio head of like a major motion picture studio. Like, he's supposed to be a stand-in for like the guy who runs Paramount or Fox or something like that. Then yeah, it's just like all the things that happen to him trying to navigate running a movie studio. And like he's also just kind of hapless and spineless and like just has bad luck and bad timing. It almost is like it's like an anti Larry David, where it's like Larry David always. Have you ever watched Curb Your Enthusiasm? Nope.
Yeah,
okay.
Totally.
Oh yeah,
I love Larry David.
Totally my show, dude. It's like where he always like speaks his mind where he shouldn't. This is when Seth Rogen keeps like playing politics and like not taking a stand. But yeah, so it's like all the stuff of like making movies, and then there's like an episode where there's this complex one take shot that's happening. Okay. And since he's like a huge fan of movies, even though he's like the studio head, he like wants to be on set and wants to see the magic happen, and he keeps like messing up every shot, and he keeps like getting interrupting,
and just like being so like it's one of those things like. Me as an 80-year producer, I'd be like, get the fuck off my set. That's how I would feel. Hey. But it's one of those things. It's like he's the one who's giving you money. So it's one of those things like, just like, yeah, I would love for you to be on set.
You can totally hold the camera.
Yeah.
And then you give him like one of those like Canon
power shot.
Yeah. Well, they did the whole thing where it's like because he was wanting to be like next to the director and be like, hey, dude, you know what I mean? It's just like.
Oh, it'd be a great idea if you did this.
So like they set up what they call a video village, which is like. You could be like a totally different room or whatever, right. And you have the monitors, right? So you could just watch stuff.
See from afar.
Yeah, and then he's like, "No, I don't want to be right here. Like, I need to be next to, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?" There's a part. Yeah, it's.
Did you guys see that one? I think it's a show that The Weeknd put out.
No, but I
Like the musical artist The Weeknd?
Yes. Exactly.
Like Abel?
No, he made like a short film or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see
haven't
it,
seen
but
it.
I heard he got like ripped apart for it. Like,
Yeah, that it was like pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. But I think
And you're like, I heard about
but
it.
I've heard about it. No, I it's funny that you guys are bringing this up because it kind of like gets me thinking, why is Hollywood all of a sudden investing in breaking that fourth wall and like humanizing themselves?
oh yeah,
You know, like they're trying to be like they're trying to be on like
They're trying to be relatable.
they're trying to be relatable. Exactly. They're trying to be like the people that are like, no, we're in on this too.
Yeah, well, it's because right now, like the hip thing, or like it's like, oh, we want transparency, you know? It's like because I think everybody got tired of like the overproduced, over the top.
it's also like it's not a good time to be like in flex culture type stuff. It's not a good time to look like just super successful and high and mighty.
Yeah.
Like it's people are not going to respond well to that right now.
Yeah,
With-
we're now punching up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's not like 2018, 2019 when everybody was like buying Supreme and like flexing and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's like an anti that. It's like, hey, we're part of the struggle too, even though we're your boss.
Yeah.
But that's been a good one. Oh yeah, the new King of the Hill, which, you know, for an unk like me, like it's just a nice treat to see.
Is it coming back?
Yeah, it's back
It
already.
came back.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's
So,
back
and it's
already.
like the big jump. It's like set kind of in modern time,
Well, this
but
is
it's technically, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, well, it's definitely like a post-COVID time.
Oh.
But they also are like it's definitely like modern day. Like it's meant to definitely reflect like right now. And how's Hank Hill, who is now older, gonna manage this world? Like he was already kind of out of touch in like his early mid 40s or something like that. And now they kind of make him seem like he's probably late 50s, early 60s. Bobby's only 21 though. And the show ended in like 08. It was like before Obama even got in term for his first in office term. It's just like that's how long ago the show ended. And then it's back 17 years later.
And he's only 21.
And he's only 21. And he was like 12, 13 when the show ended the first time. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, well, okay, if that's only 9 years, then that would have meant that if the show takes place right now, that when we left off, it was 2015, you know, like
That's too much math.
2016.
A lot of math.
Yeah.
I don't
This is
know.
too
So it's like stretch. The timeline's a little weird, but it's like just roll with it. Who cares, you know? But it is fun to see them navigate the world right now, and it's fun to see Bobby as an adult.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then I watched The Fairly Odd Parents the other day, which was fun. It's been a while, and I was like, oh, you know, I should really watch this again because obviously when I was younger, I probably didn't catch like a lot of the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously they say a lot of random stuff on that show, so I'm really interested in rewatching it and just be like, oh.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like a reel that gets posted all the time of a clip from Fairly Odd Parents where Vicky is like in a stockade in like latex. And it's like, Timmy, you came back for me.
No, I have not seen
And
that.
it's
Has
like
not been on my
definitely
algorithm.
like a straight up like bondage thing. Like, yeah.
Thanks, Case.
Yeah, in case you didn't get it.
Thanks for spelling it out.
Yeah.
I know, thank you. Really appreciate that.
Wow.
That.
Sometimes you kind of need to spell it out, Cindy.
I think we can cut that out.
Oh man, that's kind of it for me. Like,
Yeah,
I can only digest so little media right now. In
hardly-
between my doom scrolls.
I hardly watch anything anymore. It's like I used to watch a lot of true crime, and like you know,
I think I gave up after like Paramount started coming, like Paramount Plus. I'm like, this is too many streaming platforms.
yeah, because I used to have like investigation, like Discovery, the ID, you know, because that's all like true crime and like all that stuff, and then it went to Discovery Plus, and then it went to like I don't know,
Went to Max.
and it was on so it's on Max now. But like honestly, I haven't really watched it since I don't know. I just got over it because honestly, you can only make so many things about Ted Bundy and like the classics.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I want the classics.
Yeah. The OGs.
Yeah, so it's like I think I kind of know enough about them.
Yeah. Well, then it starts getting into like cults that didn't even get headlines. Like,
Yeah,
then
like
it's-
super obscure. Like
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna
It's
be
like
a cult,
now we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just like,
Absolutely.
all right. I mean, I get it. Not. It's not every day that.
You'd think there'd be
You know?
enough like true crime and horrible things to fill up a network
But it's
forever. But
there's
no.
more modern stuff though. It's happening.
You know what though? What if there's a conspiracy theory that they're being told like not to cover specific stories or like not to like dive too deep?
It's kind of like how Netflix had their Epstein documentary show,
Mm.
and it was like definitely the biggest softball of them all. Like,
Was it?
yeah, I thought so. But you're right about like, yeah, there's too many streaming platforms. There's too much. Like, okay, do you remember the days of cable?
Of course, 100%.
Okay,
Stop.
okay.
I remember Disney Channel being number 65.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So you do remember it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
but it was like cable was like $100 a month, $150 a month.
And back then too.
And that back then, yes,
was a lot of
that
money.
meant more money. That'd be like $200 or something nowadays. But yeah, and then it's like it would always like break down. There's always problems, and you had to call some tech out, and that would be like a nightmare to get through the phone because there wasn't like online browser-based support. Or you couldn't just have AI figure it out for you. Yeah, but it's like now if we're gonna say like okay, Netflix is like $25 a month now, and then like
Dude, we're paying like 30 something.
oh yeah, like $34.99
Yeah,
or
some
something.
crap
If you
like
want
that.
4K,
Yeah,
which
one
is like
4K and like if you
$34?
yeah, something like that.
they keep bumping it up.
And then plus now that they crack down on people sharing passwords,
Yeah.
it's like I do like my dad watches it, so it's like I can't take it away from my dad. So that's why it's extra like $10 for us, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's like okay, let's just like run it out. Like Netflix, let's say HBO Max, let's say like YouTube Premium. Like not a lot of people dish out for that, but I need it. Like it's
Oh,
it's
I
so
love
bad.
YouTube Premium.
Yeah, but YouTube's so bad with the ads now.
Yeah,
It's awful.
Oh my God.
I don't do ads. Like if
Well, why don't you just get ad blocker?
stop. Yeah.
They don't work. I have an ad blocker and they don't work.
Yeah.
Not on YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so but YouTube Premium is like I think it's because I'm always like me and Casey live on YouTube as far as like I get everything from YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like I like to listen to podcasts on YouTube. I like to just stories. I watch some news. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you get everything on YouTube.
I fall asleep to it. I wake up to it. I drive around to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're committed.
eat to it.
I'm worried for you guys.
Good, good. You should be.
No, honestly, like there's always like constantly something, or like I listen to a lot of like because I listen to a lot of books about like nonprofit stuff and like da 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 da. Like I like to educate myself. Does
Yeah.
that make sense
Yeah.
through YouTube?
And YouTube is like literally the only place that you can go to do that.
Yeah, it's YouTube University. So I like to listen to informative videos.
But yeah, like take all those things together. It's going to be at least as much as cable was, and it's just going to be less convenient to like flip through something. It's like, okay, I'm going to sit down and figure out what I want to watch, and it's like, I don't know, I give up, you know?
And then it eventually will get to a point where only one company will buy out like Netflix, like
That's illegal. That's a monopoly.
you're right actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that'll be full circle where it's like, no, it'll just become cable
Yeah.
again. It'll just become satellite again.
Wow. Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never even thought about that.
Well, it's like so many of them are in trouble. Like Disney Plus lost Disney a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You know, it's-
Disney's been struggling for a while now, though.
Yeah.
They just have been coming out with the bangers. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing super iconic right now for Disney.
They dropped the ball on a lot of the Pixar movies that have been coming out.
Yes. Where's that one that really dropped?
Elio.
Elio.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, Disney Plus, like, no, didn't really work for Disney. HBO Max has like gotten HBO / Warner Brothers into a bunch of financial trouble. Yeah, and it's like they got greedy with COVID, where everybody was shelling out and just watching TV all day.
It's all crashing down.
It's all crashing down, absolutely. So yeah, I think there will be someone who's going to come in and just take it all over, piece by piece, probably. Yeah.
How do we feel talking about that streaming stuff? How do you feel about verticals? Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
We all hate him.
The unmentionable word, vertical shorts.
Vertical shorts. I mean, I think they're a fad.
The problem is that it's kind of an inorganic product. Like it's something that came about where it had to be somebody who was like, cigar chomping executive was like, well, what are the kids like? They like their phone, so we'll make all videos like it's on their phone. And it's like, it's not compelling. Like that's a gimmick, it's all the substance of what you're watching was completely secondary to the whole point of it being made.
It's because it's made for not really the American market. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a big market. Yeah. India and just the.
Well, it's like, but we went to like this film festival we were at. Like there was a speaker from Real Shorts, which is like the big platform for verticals, and it's like they were showing off the demographic like distribution, and it's like no, the biggest market was like the U.S. is what they were saying.
Was it?
And that like India Pacific was like 25%, like 15%.
Was it?
Yeah,
I think it was. I think the numbers were close to like 30 million, something like that. Like,
yeah,
it's. Oh, were you there for the presentation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you were there. Okay, cool. Because it's like, but it's like it's all very, they know they're the people who are going to be watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because if you think about it, in so many other countries too, it's like a lot of people don't like. We're American, like Americans just like big TV. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of countries, like, even like the third world countries, like what they have is like a phone. Yeah. Like, because they have internet figured out like everywhere. It's really rare to go anywhere around the world where there's really no internet. Mm-hmm. So it's like people, like they know if you don't have anything else, if you don't have a TV, then it's like you have at least have a phone. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why it's such a big deal. And then not only that, maybe you can just watch it for a second and like, okay, get back to whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah.
They just want to hook people.
Yeah. Well, it's like apparently the real consumer is like the bored housewives in Ohio or something like that.
Right.
Which
Utah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I would give it a shot.
Yeah.
The other problem is it's just not visually compelling. Like I was, because I've been getting into cameras and stuff like that lately, because I have to learn all this stuff to make films, and it's like, yeah, the more I look into it, is like no, like widescreen, anamorphic is like squish the image, squish the verticality of the image and make it way wider and more horizontal.
Yeah.
Like that's what's more appealing to the eye, and it's like the way we see is not vertical. Yeah, the way we see things is more like widescreen.
We read left to right, you know, like like horizontally.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's ultimately a ugly form of visual media. It's an ultimately unsatisfying form of visual media.
The views of Casey Ball does not reflect the views of Desert Empire.
Say it with your chest.
I know, right?
I know this is a controversial take, but
what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below.
And there's only one right answer.
There's only one right answer. You tell me what it is, and I'll tell you you're wrong.
Ooh,
dang.
We report, you decide.
That's a good hook.
What we should talk about is a little bit about what's going on with the DEFF right now.
Yes.
About what's happening with the Desert Empire Filmmaker Foundation. Lots of big things happening. Lots of exciting stuff. So the first one I want to talk about that I want to launch into is the visit that we had with Red Digital Cinema last week. We got 11 people, including you and me, out there, and we had a great factory tour. Shout out to James and Riley who showed us around, and we learned a little bit about the history of the company. How it was Jim Jannard, the founder of Oakley, was a huge camera and cinema camera nut, and he had apparently a collection of 1,000 cameras, and he was willing to get in and be a disruptor and push the technology and do the innovation, because it's once companies are established, and with cinema cameras, there's really only Arri, Sony, you name it, right? Not Canon, there's not too many people at the top. So it's there's always going to be somebody, and this was at the time when digital cameras were being very slowly adopted, and film was kind of very slowly being phased out, and nobody was really making super high quality, ultra crisp, cinema cameras, digital cinema cameras, and that's where Red came along. And it was it's okay. The factory tour, they're in Orange County. which, you know, most people when we're talking to, like, oh, I thought they were in LA. And it's like, no, Red has like a studio, like a soundstage in LA. And that's where they do Reducation and stuff like that. But no, like their actual factory and headquarters is in Orange County. And it's so funny, like, as we were leaving, we see, like, right across the way is the giant Oakley factory that dwarfs the Red factory.
It's ginormous. I didn't know it was that, like, a big.
Yeah. But it was a really amazing time. Everybody, like, so we had camera people, technical people. We had, like, people who are more on the acting, directing kind of side of things. And it's like by the time we left, it's like, anybody who was a skeptic of Red became a total convert. And people who were on the fence were like, dude, I want one of these cameras now. Like,
it was very convincing. We're like, wow.
Yeah. So it's like we got to see like the quality control and then like the stress testing they do.
Yeah.
For the cameras was
they
super
like
cool.
shake it and then like they heat it up to like 130 or something and freeze it to like, like super cold, like negative degrees. And so like they put it through a lot of tests.
Yeah. Well, also they gave us like a lot of like hands-on time too. So it's like we all got to handle like the V-Raptor X XL cinema cameras, 8K VistaVision cinema camera, and there was like a Komodo there. That the Komodo is like kind of their entry-level camera. And it's like they were like the personal ones of our tour guides too, which was awesome. And it's like, our guy Riley, he had like a Cook S4 on his Komodo, and it was just like a super lightweight handheld rig that just looked super legit. It was awesome.
It was really cool.
Yeah. So they gave us a lot more time than we were slotted for. So that was super nice of them to do. Mm-hmm. So that's like one thing I want to keep doing is like getting people in touch with like companies like that. But Red's the only one that does like a tour like that. So. Yeah. You know, if we get a chance to take some more people, you know, some people missed out and didn't get to go or something came up on the day of. But I feel like if we could get more people who want to do that again, like it would be awesome to go see them again or take more people out and just. Yeah. Because they're making all this stuff in California.
Yeah, which is really rare nowadays. Making anything in California is really tough.
Yeah.
So we are happy to announce that we are sponsoring a team for the IE48 this year. Woo! So, directing is going to be a fellow named Mike Wexler. What do we know about Mike?
Mike is heavily involved with the world of pro wrestling.
That's really cool.
He has his own podcast called Your Story. Mm-hmm. And he came from San Bernardino Valley College like you did. And, you know, he's bounced around, done his thing. He's done a lot of 48s. And...
he's an announcer guy. He does announcements at the 66ers.
Yeah.
And a few other things.
And Cal State San Bernardino games and stuff like that. So he's definitely like an announcer, sports announcer kind of guy, commentator.
And he has his podcast, so he needs to come on our podcast.
That's right.
Mike, we want you.
But it's looking like we're going to get a really strong, well-experienced 48 team with great instincts. And
this is going to be his first time directing. I think he's like produced and executive produced, and he's done a few other things, but he's never directed something like that. So, which I'm sure is really exciting for him, you know?
Directing is the best job. You get all the glory.
I mean, I guess you're kind of right.
Why do you think I like to do it so much?
Yeah, it's directing. I've only co-directed once, and I should really direct though. And it was a 48. I co-directed a 48, which is like super duper high pressure. But the good thing about co-directing, you can kind of split on what you want to focus on. You know what I mean? Like for me, especially like 48s when it's like a story that's like super high paced or something like that. The film that I co-directed is Extra Hearts. And I focused on it was a comedy. And my thing is comedy. I love comedy. And I like being over the top. You know what I mean? So I put a lot of gags and jokes in the background. You know what I mean? So like, I let the other director, I was like, you focus on like kind of like the emotional stuff for like these two characters, and I'll do like the over the top extreme like jokes. You know what I mean? That's like I really am always really proud when I hear someone laugh at the little stuff. I'm just like, someone caught that joke. Because it's one of those things, like, people don't understand how important background is.
Yeah.
Background is so important, and like, I just love dropping little random stuff that
it fills in the gaps.
Yeah, it really does. And so, like, for me, that was something super important, and I feel like you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff in the background. So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, well, comedy is the hardest.
It is.
Comedy is the hardest genre.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for a lot of people. I don't think it's hard. No, it's just me, you know.
Well, I say this all the time, is that it's okay to make a drama where nobody cries, but to make a comedy where nobody laughs,
oof,
you blew it.
Oof.
You blew it. So I mean, that's the stakes, and you can't rely on like pretty visuals and stuff like that.
Right.
So the IE48 coming up in October is when that'll be shot, and then I think the screening premiere thing is either late October or early November.
Yeah.
And then the other big thing coming up is the Inland Film Fest.
Woo!
Which we're really excited about. And I'll just take this time because we're starting to get emails and announcements and stuff like that. But who here has got who do we know that has a film in the IFF?
I don't know. I don't know a single person.
You don't know?
Couldn't tell you.
Mm-mm.
No, it's a mystery.
I'm in it. You're in it.
Yeah, so that's all the big stuff with the DEFF. And the thing that's really important right now is that we rely on donations a lot right now. And so if anybody's willing to follow the link to def.foundation, check out our Give Butter page. That benefits the Arts Connection, and then we get a little something from that too. So that's the thing that's going to allow us to, help more people make films, get more resources, figure out things like the Red Tour and stuff like that for more people, and help sponsor for competition type stuff. And yeah, that's kind of what we're relying on. Viewers like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I was also going to say that it's like comedy is back right now. I think comedy is back because it's been gone for a long time because you could not be too edgy. You could not be too transgressive or irreverent for a long time. Like, I feel like from the point that Tropic Thunder came, there wasn't really a big comedy or memorable.
Thunder. Have you seen Tropic Thunder?
I have never heard of that.
Okay, that's fine. So, but,
okay.
you know, I mean, that to me was the last iconic tentpole comedy film. And then there hasn't really been anything. Like, there's been a lot of bad comedies for sure. But like Naked Gun just came out. I don't know how successful it's been, but it was the first kind of proper comedy I think I've seen in a long time.
I know. It was really cute. Yeah. I think Pamela did such an amazing job. She's such an icon. She's so great. And she was so funny. And I think this is such a good role for her. You know what I mean? I think like she was brought, you know, she's been in the spotlight still, you know what I mean? Especially more recently, but I'm really proud of her.
Well, Pam Anderson is definitely having like a moment right now because, you know, I think it all kind of came out of the Pam and Tommy show from Hulu.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, which was really good. And then she got to be in The Last Showgirl, which I haven't seen, but it was very well received. And then also now with Naked Gun, and she was perfectly cast for that, and Liam Neeson was great too, because it's like, you know, people forget, man, that like Leslie Nielsen was a dramatic, serious actor before he was in Airplane and Naked Gun and stuff like that. That's where I'm at. Is comedy's back, baby.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see like a lot more proper comedies coming back. There's the so-called vibe shifts going on. Wokeness is dead. Wokeness is over.
I gotta go.
Right.
It's like people, I think, are just easing off culturally.
Well, it's one of those things, like, you just can't, I think we're at a point that, like, you just can't make everybody happy. You know what I mean?
I think the writing just became very lazy. It was just like relying, like there was no like evolution, because there are a lot of like really good comics out there that know how to land a punchline without making anybody the butt of the joke.
Yes,
and that is good comedy. You know, I think there was like a moment where people were just like relying on their old tricks, It's just like, all right, come on. It's like you're saying the same thing that you've been saying since like 1995.
Forever. I think when you're trying also to just be, how can I put this? Like, when you're not cater to everybody, but want to really just, cast like a super wide net. Because I think that's the whole thing. It's like, oh, we need to like have everybody, and like we can't upset anybody about anything. But it's just like some things are just funny. It's funny. It's a weird situation. It's this, it's that. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to make fun of ourselves and like, just have fun. Like, it's okay. So we'll see where it all goes, though.
So I'm just gonna start getting vicious and making fun of everybody, punching down. That's right. That's comedy's back. Perfect. Yeah, that's my takeaway from this. So yeah. Well, okay. So we were talking last time about like, okay, all this stuff of like states trying to bring film there to them, and yeah. Well, there's an interesting development since then, and there's Taylor Sheridan, who is a filmmaker, and he's made the whole Yellowstone franchise, which has been like a big success, and that's like definitely people like my parents watch that kind of stuff, and it's almost kind of westerny, but it's kind of not, and it's like, do you know anything about that show?
Not really.
It's about this family that owns this ranch in like Montana or Wyoming or something like that, and then there's like all these spin-offs that are stories of the family in like 1823 or like 1910, and Harrison Ford is in one of them, and yeah, so that guy has been like making money hand over fist because he's just been like juicing this Yellowstone franchise and making all kinds of stuff, and it all keeps working, keeps getting views and making money. And so in a joint bid between himself and Paramount, because that's where the platform that his stuff has been on, they're starting to develop a new gigantic film campus complex in Texas. And it's like $1 billion facility or something like that. It's crazy huge. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely one thing for like local governments to try to, okay, we can tax incentivize and rebate, but yeah, no, there's always going to be like the strength of like the private companies and stuff. Like, well, look, we're going to develop where it's heavily deregulated in Texas, and cost of living is lower, and and we'll just make more Texas focused type stories too, because that's where we're going to be shooting. And it's very interesting. I think it's like this guy, I don't know if he's going to be like what percent owner he's going to be, but I think he's just kind of ponying up a lot of his own dough. With something this big, it can't just be your own personal investment. Like, you have to have someone to underwrite the risk for you too.
Definitely.
But that's like, Paramount has been in the news a lot in the entertainment industry this last week and a half or so. Because like the other big story is that they purchased the streaming and distribution rights for the UFC, and they signed a $7.7 billion deal to acquire the UFC, whose contract with ESPN and Disney had run out, and they were looking for a new home.
Dang, Dana.
I know.
Secure that bag.
Yeah, they wouldn't take Power Slap, though, so.
That's fair.
Yeah, thank goodness.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so it's and then there's a few other things going on with Paramount right now, but, oh, yeah, the South Park deal. They bought the rights to South Park for like $1.5 billion.
Nice.
Right, which was, it had been on Max, but there was also some on Paramount and stuff. But yeah, it's like their new home exclusively is Paramount, and that was like a huge deal. And now it's like, since that deal came out, South Park has like come out the gate with like more relevant, more hard-hitting stuff than had been out in the last couple of years. That's kind of interesting. This one company is making all these big moves, and what's happening is the new president or the new CEO. Yeah, David Ellison is his name. Yeah, and his dad is the guy who started Oracle's Microsystems, which is a giant computer company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this all seems like the beginning of like an evil corporation.
I mean, that's just how like so many companies really just start. It's just like there's someone always like follow the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and now his son is like kind of stepped out, and this is like his big play of like, okay, I'm gonna make these 3 gigantic deals all at once and spend $10 billion. in order to leverage the company back. Paramount has a really interesting history too. One of my personal idols is Robert Evans. He's a producer. He made The Godfather and Chinatown, Rosemary's Baby, and stuff like that. And he was an actor, and then he got bumped up to being a producer, and then out of nowhere became a studio head. He was in charge of Paramount in the late 60s through the basically early 80s. And, he was kind of one of the guys underwriting the whole new Hollywood movement and, making guys like Francis Ford Coppola and Al Pacino big stars and, changing the whole studio system up. And because Paramount had been around since the golden age, and then they kind of had fell apart in the 50s and 60s, and then he kind of brought them back by taking big swings and making huge gambles and being very singular and having a force of will and vision and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's definitely this guy's kind of playing to that heritage of the company, which is pretty interesting to see. So that's that's the next step of this kind of decentralization of film, moving out to all different parts and places.
Yeah.
And who knows if this will stick or not. We'll see if it even goes through, because it's going to take years to build and it's going to cost a ton of money, and who knows?
Maybe we'll move on before they even get a chance to get a good start.
It could be. It very well could be.
Oh, I was talking to Eric because he's volunteered to be on 48.
Self-volunteer.
You volunteered him.
I volunteered him to be.
She's throwing you to the wolves.
I am.
No, really.
Yeah. So basically, Eric's going to be aiding for the first time. Woo! And that's super fun.
Is this going to be your first time on a proper set?
Yes.
Okay.
I have
How
never been on a set.
exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been on a studio set.
Yeah.
For a documentary I made with Santa Monica College.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never actually been out on the field.
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
No, really.
You're not gonna, you don't run and gun it.
Out here in the field like Indiana Jones.
Is that a deep cut case? But yeah, so first time ADing, and it's gonna be 48, so that's gonna be fun. My first time ADing was in a 48 too. I was second AD though, so I had kind of someone helping me. I was just talking about the AD job and why it's such an important job. Basically, the AD, for those of you who don't know, keeps the trains running on time. A lot of people hate ADs on set just because, we got to keep the train, we got to keep it smooth. We need people to be where they need to be when they need to be there.
Gotta be a real bitch.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
I've heard stories, so many stories about Cindy Ball.
Do you know how many people
Not
I
many
made
related
cry?
to film, just a lot of stories.
I didn't make you cry. You chose to cry. So no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm kidding. Some people are some people you have to be direct sometimes. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
you got to do this, you got to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's but sometimes some people aren't on it. You know what I mean? If you're not on it, you're not on it. It's hello, what do you need? You're basically babysitting, not babysitting, but
you
you
gotta be the mother hen. For the whole thing.
and you have to be okay, where's everybody at? Okay, so and so, make sure we start makeup in 10 minutes because you're gonna have to go on set and da 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 da. Make sure you eat da 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 da. You know what I mean? It's you gotta make sure everyone's hydrated, fed.
Okay, so here's my question. Is that you're throwing him into a pretty hard position first day on the job. What do you think would be the best thing for someone to do the first time they're on set and the worst job for them to do?
Ooh, I mean, first time on set, it's kind of nice to PA because you kind of get to know a little bit of everything and observe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's they might send you to go do stuff. It's okay, you got to go to 7-Eleven and get a candy bar for this scene. I don't know. You know what I mean? So you're kind of always running around doing stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever the production needs. So that's kind of fun, but you also get some time to just
Take everything in.
And be oh, that's how they're doing it.
Watch
That's
everybody at
cool.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of, and you don't have that many responsibilities as far as before you get on set and after you get, you know what I mean? You're working for just a day.
Right.
So it's like you kind of get to see a good view of like, oh, okay, cool. This is what they do. This is what they do. And it's like, okay, I see. So I think that's nice. I think the worst thing is either producing or editing. No, you know what? Editing's really bad though too.
That's not really on set though.
No, not on set.
I had a feeling when Cindy had asked like what is it that you would want, like what role would you want, and I'm like anything but editing. Like I can already tell it's gonna be horrible.
Well,
especially on a 48.
On a 48, what really saves you, and this is a good tip for anybody doing a 48, is that you need to have a DIT on sets. So that's a super important job. I forget what is data.
I think it's digital imaging.
Some shit like that. Yeah. So you're just transferring, you know, whatever. You're dumping your footage and your audio, and
making sure things are backed up.
Yeah, and labeled and separated, organized, basically. So that's a super important job. And one that you don't want to mess up. Because it has happened twice to me, not to me personally, like the I've had 2 bad DIT experiences. Of like those people, like the people who were in charge of that.
Got it.
Did not. And it's one of those things like DIT is like the bottleneck. You know what I mean? It's like we're all working for this, and then it's such an important step, but it's kind of boring for a lot of people because like, okay, fine, it just has to like download onto here, and I have to open every one and just look what it's called, like which take it is, so I can type it in. You know what I mean? Like it sounds so annoying. And it kind of is, but I don't know. But it has to get done, you know what I mean? And especially for a 48, like it's really important to have everything correctly labeled for editing, because it's like, you don't want to be like looking through numbers, you know what I mean? Something when stuff's not labeled, it's just like, I don't know, click this one, click that one, no, you know what I mean? It's like you have to have it organized, or as organized as you can, especially because more than likely the editor's not going to be just one editor. You know, someone's going to want to take a break. Someone's going to want to sleep. When I've been on 48, I've done enough that it's like you kind of know when you can take a break, or like, you know, the certain people that need to be up at a certain time. So you have to kind of mom them and be like, hey, go to sleep early because tomorrow you got to be up early. And you don't need to be here right now, so go. You know what I mean? Because I think with 48s, there is a lot of excitement, you know what I mean? And everyone wants to be around supporting each other, but at the same time, it's like, you're going to shoot. Like, if you don't need to be, like, in the writer's room, if you don't need to be, like, doing any production stuff, it's like,
go
leave. Kick rocks, homie. Like, you don't need to be here because, A, you're going to be a distraction, which, I mean, but I appreciate you, though. I do want you guys around. But, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think that's probably pretty fair. But you know what? She wouldn't give you this job if she didn't believe in you.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's one of those things, you know. It's a hard one. It's a hard position.
You will get ignored as an AD. Like it does happen. Like, you know, you're gonna.
I don't like that. I'm a Leo. I don't like get ignored.
Well, good. Then you won't let it happen.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like how you spun that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and 2, it's like the worst thing that everybody does, and I do it too, is like assuming. Assuming is the worst thing you can do on set. It's just like, oh, I think they're gonna get it. Like we've been talking about this for the last hour. Yada yada. I'm sure they're gonna pick up the hot dogs, or I'm sure they're gonna do X, Y, and Z, and at the end, like it's like, oh, well, you never told them to do it, or like it never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like sometimes things didn't get really verified, like who's in charge of what, and so that's how things get slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. Here's the thing too: is like after you do it this time, you're like, well, oh, you have AD'd before.
Yeah.
And it's not a job a lot of people sign up for.
Okay.
And it's like it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like, yeah, no, I can do it. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Producing is like, I like producing, but it's so much. It's a lot of work.
I would imagine.
It's a thankless job.
It is a thankless job, and everything's your fault. No, it really is. It's just like if something didn't happen or something messed up, it's your fault. Like that's what it is. it's just like, for example, one of the last films that I did, it's just like something went wrong, da 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 da, and we lost footage.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Technically, was it my fault? No, I wasn't there. I didn't touch anything, but it's my fault because I didn't verify with the person being a DIT. Like, okay, what's your procedure for this? Are you checking your cables? Are like, because if what's wrong, it's your equipment good. If it's raining, it's your fault. Like, you know, it's like, or like, well, it's producing, it's putting out fires. That's what it is, really.
One of the big differences I've noticed between like a proper full-on feature film shoot and like kind of the indie thing that we do is that you don't get any redundant people like below you. Like if you're a producer, you don't get a co-producer, line producer, associate producer. Like you don't get people to kind of handle the day-to-day stuff. Or even as a director, you don't get a second unit. You don't get someone else to take care of the stuff that you don't feel like shooting, or that you don't care about. Like,
Yeah.
I was just listening to an audio commentary for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas because Terry Gilliam is one of my favorites. And to hear him talk about making movies is really exciting and interesting to hear because he's really been through it all. Like, he's done super big stuff and he's done really little stuff. And he was talking about, like, yeah, there's this part of the movie where Johnny Depp is trying to get out of Vegas, and it's like there's all this stuff going on. And I had to shoot, like, this car chase stuff, and it's like I just didn't want to do it, so I just threw it to the second unit. And it's just like, yeah, because all that stuff is super boring to me. I don't like doing that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get any time with the actors, you know.
Yeah, and I mean and there's so many different types of directors too. You know, some directors are just very technical. Some directors like are very like, oh, I wanna, you know, they're very not hands on with the
They're
cast.
very handsy.
Maybe some of them are, but they're more emotionally like invested and be like, okay, this is like they're more actor directors,
Right.
you know. So yeah, so I get it. Some stuff it's just like I don't want to shoot that. Like that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some people, it's like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a blast, right?
Yeah.
So I get it.
All right. Well, I think that's a good time to end it on. So yeah, Cindy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you guys.
All right. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Next episode is on Tuesday morning. We'll get ready, and make sure you follow us on Insta. Subscribe on YouTube, do all that good stuff. Donate, go to DEFF.foundation, follow our link right there, the biggest one on the front page. Donate.
Link in bio.
That's right. From viewers like you, that's who keeps us running.
That's right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.